Topless Cat Lady here. Today I want to talk about asexuality. This is something that I have more recently stumbled upon earlier this year. It came to my attention, this specific term, asexual, came to my attention when Jasmine actually presented it to me, and I had never heard of it before, and so I started doing some research into what exactly it meant, because I felt like I might have some sort of connection with this term. So I started doing some research, and I found out that this is highly relatable. So basically, asexuality is someone who is not sexually attracted to anyone. We have heterosexuals who are attracted to people of the opposite gender. We have homosexuals who are attracted to people of the same gender. Bisexuals, pansexuals, which is they're attracted to anybody. So asexual is not having a sexual attraction to any gender or any other human. And I strongly identify with this orientation. I kind of find it fascinating because I've been looking over my past, and I'm sure if you ask anyone that knew me in high school or my teens, and they would probably laugh in my face for saying this, but they don't know what was going on in my head. So basically, at a young age, I never really learned self-love and self-respect, and I had huge rejection issues. My parents were divorced, so I didn't have like a loving sort of parent till later in life, and still that wasn't really enough to take over the damage that had already been caused. So when I started becoming sexually active, I was searching for that reassurance, and I found that sex was like an instant gratification. It made me feel loved, you know. You're a teenager, you got hormones going on, you're trying to figure out what's happening with your body. And then as I started dating people, I realized that I didn't understand how to get people interested in me without having sex with them first. So it was always like sex and then a relationship. And then as I started dating people for longer amounts of time, after a very short amount of time of dating, I would tell them that I wasn't interested in sex anymore. And I would try and not have sex with them because I didn't want to. And the only times that I did actively want to have sex is when I was on drugs or drinking, which, as we all know, both things impair your judgment. I started looking back at all these past relationships, and it's all there. After about a month or so, I come back to my senses, and I realize I don't want to have sex. And I even remember my ex-husband like thanking me after we would have sex, because he like knew that I didn't really want to, but I did it because I loved him and I wanted him to be happy. So the past 2 years, I've been on a journey of like really learning how to self-love and self-respect myself. And the past 2 years, I don't want to have sex with anyone. Asexuality is really hard for people to grasp. It's not because of a trauma, it's not usually a phase, although some people like me don't really realize it until later in life. It's basically, we just don't have that attraction for sex. It's completely different from wanting a relationship. I still want to be loved, and I'm fully capable of loving. I still want to be able to like hold someone and, kiss someone, not really make out because I don't really care for that either, but like holding hands, like having an intimate relationship just minus the whole like act of sex. But I just wanted to sort of share my story in case some people are confused, because I always thought it was just a problem, like a hormone thing, or maybe because of my depression, which is possible. You can have a low sex drive with depression, but this isn't a low sex drive. This is just an entire disinterest with sex. Like now when I think about sex, it sort of revolts me. Like I don't want to do it. And like it doesn't matter who it is. Like I just don't want to do it. And it's tough meeting people who are sexual because so many people put emotions into sex. Men, women, they all do it. And I've met people who think that I don't love them because I don't want to have sex with them. And it's really kind of sad because there's so many other ways to show people that you love them. There's so many other ways to be intimate with someone. And like I said, it's not caused from like a past trauma. So like I was talking to my friend and she brought up the fact, she was like, oh, but you've been rejected and you have a really big fear of rejection. And I'm like, no, you're right. This is true, but that doesn't have to do with me wanting to have sex with people. that just means I don't trust people. I don't want to get in relationships with people because I don't trust them. It doesn't have anything to do with the sex thing. And it's not the same as celibacy or abstaining because those things are a choice. And if we believe that homosexuality and heterosexuality are not choices, then asexuality is the same, and it's not a choice. It's something that we're born with. Although I don't want to put myself into a box with a label, it's sort of relieving to feel like I have something that I fit into and I can let go of those thoughts that like I just have this problem that needs to be fixed, because it doesn't. I don't have to have sex with people, and you don't either. I hope that this video has been helpful for some people who maybe are unsure of what's going on with themselves. If you want more information on asexuality, you can just Google it up. There's a lot of good information out there. I think asexuality.org is like the main site. There's a documentary about it on Netflix called Rated X, and there's, you know, various asexual communities where you can go and meet people and talk to people and realize you're not the only one. So if you found this video helpful and you think someone else might find it helpful, please feel free to share it. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe because it's free, and I will see you next time. Bye!